Hearing people ask the simple question, "How is the Dominican Republic?" triggers an involuntary response where my muscles tense up and I struggle to find the words. It's hard for me to answer because the impact this trip had on me extends past what I saw or the events that happened while we were in the DR. I may be frustrated by the unanswered questions that still occupy my mind, but this experience led me to understand what is important to me. I have heard my dad say,
"In this world, you've got your mind, your faith, and each other."
While in the DR, I found myself thinking about this phrase my dad used to say. At home, my priorities get crowded, and I realize I allow feelings of stress and separation to overpower me. I have never felt so calm, happy, and most importantly present as I did in the DR, where each day seemed to revolve around the three things my dad outlined as truly mattering in this world. Before we got to the DR, we heard experts speak about the culture and history, and O360 leaders Brian and Mario gave us insight into how they see the culture. I loved the idea that Dominicans took every moment as it came, and I wanted to learn to embrace it. I got this idea in my head that Dominicans were always happy, peaceful, and at ease. When I finally got to see the Dominicans' smiling faces, I should have been ecstatic to see the culture I admired in action. Instead, I began to wonder if how I perceived their life based on what I saw and what I was taught was truly how the Dominicans lived and felt. Would I have perceived them the same way if no one had told me about their history and culture? The difficult thing for me is accepting that no matter how much I think I know about another person's life, I cannot ever really understand their experiences. All I can do is be aware that how I understand, think, and experience may not be the same for others, and to use this awareness to be a compassionate and open-minded individual. My faith was replenished on this trip. I'm not only talking about my faith in God, which felt weak in comparison to the boys at the orphanage, who led each other in worship with grace and ownership, but my faith that little by little, what I do matters, and that everything I do is just a link in the chain. Each link leads to something else, even if it isn't what I expected. During one of the day camps, a little girl didn't complete the activity we planned, but she wanted to know the English word for everything she drew. Maybe it didn't matter that she knew what the word for flower was in English, but feeding her curiosity and excitement to learn did matter. The part of life that matters most to me is being able to connect with other people. Following the Dominicans of Damahagua on a rocky path so that they could show us their waterfall, as well as the level of excitement and reflection in the late-night conversations with my peers, restored my love of connecting with others and hearing or seeing what others are passionate about. O360 leaders Mario and Brian were particularly proud of their UW verse of Boom Chicka Boom, and the line, "You sleepin' Chadbourne, chicka boom," definitely induced several excited laughs. But I remember hearing someone say, couldn't they think of anything better than "you sleep in Chadbourne"? But many people wouldn't think twice about that line, because after all, that's what res hall life is, a place to live and sleep. But to me, and I believe many of us who live in CRC, our home is better described as a community of people experiencing and growing together. I have been amazed to find the sense of unity, opportunity, growth, engagement, and empowerment my home and community has provided me with for the past 2 years. Whenever I couldn't understand what one of the children were saying or had a moment of weakness, one of my community members effortlessly jumped in to support me. Unexpectedly, separating myself from the daily distractions in my life helped me realize what is really important to me in this world. In this world, you've got your mind, your faith, and each other.